Hello, my name is Eliza. In my family, my parents had two daughters. One was an angel, and one was a hysteric. I was the hysteric. My older sister, Clara, was the angel. She was beautiful, with soft blonde hair, and a smile that could make you forgive her for anything. She was sensitive, she was gentle, she was a pure, kind soul. These were the words my mother and father used if Clara broke a glass. It was because she was just so full of emotions. She could not help it if she failed a class. It was because the teacher did not understand her creative spirit. She was a perfect, beautiful, porcelain doll, and my entire family spent their lives terrified she might crack. And then, there was me. I was not a doll. I was a hysteric. I was too emotional. I was too intense. I was too dramatic. If I broke a glass, I was careless and angry. If I failed a class, I was lazy and defiant. Clara's emotions were a reason to be gentle with her. My emotions were a weapon I was using to attack my family. It was a perfect, brilliant, inescapable trap. My mother was the main enforcer of this. Eliza, stop making drama. Was the soundtrack of my childhood. Why must you always be so difficult? Just be more like your sister, be quiet, be sweet. I was not quiet, I was not sweet. I was the one who saw the truth. I was the one who saw that Clara was not sensitive. She was manipulative. She was not gentle. She was a velvet-covered steamroller. But I was the only one who saw it, and every time I tried to point it out, I was just making drama. I was just jealous of my perfect angel sister. I finally escaped. I went to college, I built a life, and I met Liam. He was sane. He was stable and kind, and he was an engineer. His world was made of facts and numbers. He did not think I was dramatic. He thought I was passionate. He did not think I was hysterical. He thought I was honest. He was the first person in my entire life who did not make me feel crazy. His family was just like him. They were loud. And they laughed and they loved me. When he asked me to marry him, I said yes. It was not just a marriage, it was my rescue. We were planning our wedding. It was 2 months away. My mother and Clara, of course, insisted on helping. My mother said, Liam is such a wonderful, stable man, Eliza. We just want to make sure you do not, ruin it with your drama. Clara was my maid of honor. It was a role she took on with a terrifying level of enthusiasm. Oh, Eliza, this is my dream, she cried, clapping her hands. I am going to make your wedding perfect. And she was the most helpful person in the world. She and Liam, they got along like a house on fire, as my mother said. She was always at our apartment, helping. She and Liam would talk for hours, planning the seating chart. It was also perfect. But then, I started to notice the small things. The drama that I was not supposed to make. Clara, my angel sister, accidentally ordered a swatch of fabric for her bridesmaid dress. It was not the deep blue we had chosen. It was ivory, a pale, bridal ivory. Oh, silly me. She laughed when I pointed it out. I see white, and I think wedding. I am just so excited for you. I told my mother it was weird. Eliza, for God's sake. My mother said, her voice sharp. Do not make drama. She is your sister. She is just excited for you. I mentioned it to Liam. He just smiled. Honey, he said, kissing my forehead. She is enthusiastic. I like that she is so supportive of us. Please, do not be dramatic. That was the word. The wall I could never climb. Do not be dramatic. The accidents started to get worse. They were small, like tiny paper cuts. I felt like I was going crazy. My wedding binder, the one with every contract, every deposit receipt, it disappeared from my desk. I was in a full-blown panic. I called the venue. I called the florist. My mother said, see, Eliza, you are getting hysterical. You probably just lost it. 3 days later, it reappeared in Clara's room. She had borrowed it. Oh my God, Eliza. I am so sorry, she said, her eyes wide with fake innocence. I just wanted to check the florist's number and I forgot I had it. You are not mad, are you? What could I say? If I got mad, I was making drama. So I just smiled. It is fine, Clara. Thank you for finding it. But it was not fine. I started to notice Clara and Liam texting. A lot. I would see him smile at his phone. Who are you texting? I asked, trying to sound casual. Oh, just Clara, he would say. She is helping my best man, Mike, plan the bachelor party. She is amazing. She has thought of everything. A cold, heavy pit opened in my stomach. His bachelor party. Why? Why is my sister planning his bachelor party? Liam looked at me. His face was not kind. It was annoyed. Eliza, what is wrong with you? She is just helping. This is Clara. This is your sister. She is just trying to make this perfect for us. Why are you being so suspicious and dramatic? I am tired of this. He was tired of me. He was tired of my drama, and she was just helping. I was pushing him right into her arms. The final, awful straw came at my bachelorette party. Clara, Of course, hosted it. It was at a fancy hotel with champagne and all my friends. She was a perfect hostess. She kept filling my glass. Drink up, Eliza. You need to relax. Stop being so stressed. I was so desperate to not be the hysteric that I did. I drank. I got very, very drunk. I woke up the next morning in my own bed with a pounding headache. Clara was gone. There was a note on my pillow. Had to run. You were so fun last night. Love you. I stumbled to my laptop. I had to check in a mail from our caterer. I opened my laptop, and I saw it in a mail. In my sent folder. It was sent at 2 in the morning. It was sent to Liam. I opened it and my world ended. It was a long, horrible, rambling email. From me, it said I could not go through with the wedding. It said I was confused and trapped. It said I was still in love with my ex-boyfriend. It said I was so sorry, but I was calling it all off. I stared at the words. I did not write this. I would never write this, Clara. She wrote this. She wrote this on my laptop. While I was passed out drunk and sent it to my fiancé, I ran. I did not even change. I ran out of my apartment. I got in my car. I drove to Liam's apartment. I was sobbing. I was a hysteric. I was proving them right. I pounded on his door. He opened it. He looked broken. His eyes were red. He was holding his phone, and he was holding a packed bag. Eliza? He whispered. How could you? I did not write it. I screamed. Liam, I swear to you, I did not write that. Clara did. She got me drunk. She wrote it on my laptop. She is trying to break us up. Liam just. He just looked at me, and his face, it was not angry. It was full of pity. Eliza? He said. His voice was so tired. This has to stop. This is too much. You are blaming her. Your sister. The person who has done nothing but help us. You are sick, Eliza. You are making up stories. You are just trying to find a way out. And you are trying to make her the villain. I cannot do this. I went to my parents. I showed them the email. I told them what Clara did. My mother's face was cold. Eliza, that is a disgusting, insane accusation. You are clearly having a nervous breakdown. You are a jealous, dramatic person, and you are trying to ruin your sister's life. Because she is just trying to help. This has gone too far. My father just shook his head. You need to apologize to your sister for this lie, Eliza. Or we are done. I was alone. I was completely alone. No one, not even the man I loved, would ever believe me. I stood in my parents' living room. They were all staring at me. My mother, my father, Liam, they were all waiting. They were waiting for the hysteric to finally break. They were waiting for me to scream, to cry. To prove them right, I looked at their faces. My mother's cold disappointment, my father's tired anger. And Liam, his face was just sad. He truly believed I was sick. He truly believed I was the one who was lying. I had lost. Clara had won. She had played her game perfectly. If I kept fighting, if I kept telling the truth, I would just look more insane. I would lose Liam forever. They would say I was crazy. So, I did the hardest thing I have ever done. I broke down. I let out a sob. A real, shuddering, broken sound. I covered my face. You are right. I whispered. You are right. I am so sorry. I looked at Liam. I did not know why I said that. I think I got scared. The wedding, it is so much stress. I am making up drama. I am so sorry. Liam, I did not mean it. I looked at my mother. I am sorry, Mom. I will apologize to Clara. I am so tired. The relief in that room was like a physical wave. They all breathed out. This was the Eliza they knew. The hysteric who just needed to be calmed down. The dramatic one who just had a breakdown and could now be fixed. Liam rushed to me. He held me. Oh, Eliza, he said. It is okay. I was so scared. I am glad you are feeling better. We will get through this. My mother nodded, a small, tight smile on her face. See? All better. We will just forget this ever happened. I went to Clara. I cried. I begged for her forgiveness. I do not know why I said that. Clara, I am just so stressed and jealous. You are so good at this. I am so sorry. Clara, the perfect angel, hugged me. Oh, Eliza. It is okay, she said, her voice sweet and full of pity. We all get stressed. I forgive you, of course I do. I just want you to be happy. I could feel her smiling into my hair. But I was not better. I was not cured. I was awake. I finally saw the truth in all its cold, awful glory. My sister was not just manipulative. She was a psychopath. She wanted my life. She wanted my fiancé. And she was not done. She had not succeeded in breaking us up. So she was going to try something else, something bigger. She was not going to let me have this wedding. She was going to find a way to take it. She was going to try again. And this time, I was going to be ready. I went back to planning. I pretended to be the perfect, happy, cured bride. And I gave Clara more control. You are so much better at this than me, I told her. Please, can you handle the final fittings? Can you handle the flowers? I let her in. I let her get closer. But in secret, I was working. I hired a new personal assistant, a woman named Jenna. I told my wedding planner she was my day of coordinator. She was not. She was an ex-military private security consultant. I told my wedding planner, the one person I could trust, that there might be a disturbance. I told her to trust Jenna, no matter what. I gave Jenna a secret timeline. And then, I set the trap. The week before the wedding, I confided in my mother. I broke down again. Mom, I am so scared, I cried, making sure my voice was shaky. I am having second thoughts again. I am so scared I am going to back out. I do not know if I can go through with it. I knew my mother. I knew her loyalty. She would not worry Liam, she would. She would go to Clara. She would tell Clara, Eliza is being hysterical again. She is going to ruin everything. I was planting the seed. I was giving Clara the green light. She would not just crash the wedding. She would believe in her twisted, narcissistic mind that she was saving it. That I was going to abandon Liam at the altar. And she, the angel, she would be there to step in. The wedding day arrived. It was a beautiful, clear, sunny day. We were at a grand, historic hotel. The ballroom was filled with flowers. I was in the bridal suite. It was a huge, beautiful room full of light. My mother was there. She was a wreck. She kept wringing her hands and looking at me with a nervous, shifty-eyed panic. Eliza, are you okay, honey? She asked about every 5 minutes. You are not going to be dramatic today, are you? Please. Do not embarrass us. I am fine, Mom, I said, smiling calmly into the mirror. I have never been better. My bridesmaids were with me. We were laughing. We were drinking champagne. My assistant, Jenna, in her smart, black pantsuit, was at the door, coordinating with the hotel staff. The music was starting to play downstairs. It was 10 minutes before the ceremony. It is time, Eliza, my mother said. Her voice was thin. She looked like she was going to be sick. No, I said. Not just yet, we are waiting for one more guest. My mother looked confused. What, who? All the guests are. Just then, my earpiece, the tiny, invisible one Jenna had given me, buzzed. I heard Jenna's calm, low voice. We have a situation at the south entrance, Miss Collins. The package has arrived. And she is. Exactly as you predicted, understood, I whispered. Let her up. Send her right here. My mother was staring at me. Who are you talking to? What package? The drama, Mom, I said. The drama you were so worried about. It is finally here. The door to the bridal suite opened. My bridesmaids went silent. My mother gasped and put her hand over her mouth. Jenna, my assistant, walked in. She was calm. She just stepped aside. And behind her was Clara, my sister. She was in a full, and I mean full, bridal gown. It was not a simple white dress. It was a statement. It was a huge white princess gown, covered in lace and beads. It was bigger than my dress. She had a full, floor-length veil. Her hair and makeup were done perfectly. She was holding a white bouquet of lilies. She looked insane. She looked like a bride. She looked ready to replace me. Clara, my mother shrieked. What are you doing? Clara just smiled. Her face was a perfect angelic mask of pity. She looked right at me. It is okay, Eliza, she said. Her voice was so sweet, so gentle. I am here. I am here to fix this. I know you cannot do it. I know you are too scared. I told Mom you would back out. She turned to my mother. See, Mom, I told you. She is a hysteric. She cannot be trusted. But it is okay. I am here. I will not let you be humiliated. She turned back to me. I am here to take your place, she said. I have already spoken to Liam. He understands. He is relieved, actually. He wants me. Eliza. He wants a woman who is stable. He wants me. I just looked at her. I was not angry. I was not shocked. I was fascinated. The sheer, breathtaking arrogance. The delusion. It was beautiful in its own terrible way. He does, I asked. My voice was calm. He wants you? When did you speak to him? This morning, she said. Her smile was wide, triumphant. I texted him. I told him I knew you were going to bail. I told him I would not. I told him I would be here for him. He's waiting for me. He's waiting for his real bride. Wow, Clara, I said. That is amazing. You really thought of everything. I turned to my mother. Her face was white as a ghost. Did you know about this, Mom? Did you know she was planning to save the day? I? My mother stammered. She just said you were nervous. right? I said. Well, Clara, there is just one tiny problem with your plan. I walked over to the beautiful, antique vanity table. I picked up a small, digital audio recorder, hidden in a bouquet of roses. I knew you would do this, I said. I knew you were a liar. I knew you were sick. But I did not know you were insane. But I wanted everyone else to see. So this entire room has been recording our conversation for the last 10 minutes. Clara's face. It broke. The color was gone. What? And I said, Liam is not waiting for you. He is waiting for me. But he is listening, along with his entire family. In the groom suite, right now. I tapped my earpiece. Did you get all of that, Liam? Liam's voice, my wonderful, sane, perfect Liam, came through the speakers that Jenna had hidden in the room. His voice was cold. It was clear. It was full of rage. I got every single word. So did my parents, Eliza, and so did yours. My mother fainted. Just collapsed onto the carpet, Clara. She looked at the door. She was going to run. Jenna, my security guard, she gently blocked the path. No, Clara, I said. You do not get to run. You wanted this. You wanted to be the bride. You wanted to be the star. You finally get to be the center of attention. You finally get to be the drama. I looked at my fainted mother. I looked at my trapped, sociopathic sister in her stolen princess dress. I looked at Jenna. Jenna, I said, please make sure they are escorted out. Not through the lobby. Through the kitchens, I not want any more drama ruining my wedding day. I smoothed my dress. I looked at myself in the mirror. I was not a hysteric. I was not making drama. I was finally, beautifully sane. I turned, and I walked out the door. My music was playing. My real family was waiting.